Like I said, a metro can work if it has the right leadership.
Okay.
And I think also the people of the Vaal need to start voting using also looking at track record. Let me rather put, I need to be very careful with my words. But, looking at the track record of good governance. And I want to share this with you. So
Okay.
there's Ward 6 in Midvaal, which is Lakeside. I'm not sure if you're aware of that particular area. Now, Lakeside falls under Midvaal. There's a portion, Lakeside, it's called Timalbon.
Yes,
Now,
I
that
know
area is fully developed. We've got tarred roads. We've got a library. We've got a clinic. We've got a community hall. We are currently finishing up a state-of-the-art multi-purpose sports center
Okay.
in Lakeside. People there got electricity, they got water, they got sewer. But still,
Mayor, how are you checking in?
I'm well. I've had a good day so far.
Okay.
We started very, very early with some oversight on some capital projects
Okay.
in a developing area called Savannah City.
Yes.
And I saw some projects. We did some sort turning. I also opened up another capital project. I've had a couple of meetings in my office. So, yeah, I feel good. I feel confident.
Only
and-
today. All of these things they happen today.
Yeah, everything today, only today.
Okay.
So now I'm here. So
Yeah,
I'm happy
no,
to be here.
Thank you for joining us. I mean, we really appreciate your presence, and congratulations on being re-elected.
Thank you so much.
How are you feeling? Were you nervous going into?
Not really, Not really. For me, it was about completing what I've started.
Okay.
5 years is never enough. There's certain projects, programs that I started in 2021 when I became mayor, and some will take around 7 to 8 years to 10 years to complete. So I think for me, I was more excited with the fact that I would get an opportunity to complete some of the projects that I've started. And I really appreciate the opportunity that my party is giving me to stand again as mayor of Midvaal.
Okay, nice one. A lot of people that I've spoken to when we had received a note to say you will be coming to this podcast, a lot of them would say to me, "Hey, that man that man is a outie," and I was like, why is everyone saying this? Why is this the sentiment about you? And I want to ask you this question. I mean, who are you before politics?
Well, I'm Peter. I'm a guy that grew up here in the Vaal. Kikeni Skolo Meaton Primary, went to high school at Riverside High.
Okay.
I did everything that a youngster would do growing up in the Vaal. I'm one of those guys that hung around at Park. At the end of the school term where, you'd have general smarts, students, Vaal High, Sederleg, everybody would gather at Park. I won't say what we got up to back then, but I'm a person that grew up in the Vaal. I've got friends here in the Vaal. I've got, family in the Vaal. And, I did everything that everyone would do in the Vaal. I went to certain places, Hape, Vaal, where you spend a nice time in the Vaal. So I'm a child of the Vaal, yes.
Yeah, so that's why people would say,
No, I still do. I still do all of those things I did growing up. Same friends. I walk sometimes in town. People stop me. Even in vereniging. Hey, Majoro, where's your entourage? Where's your bodyguards? I say, for what? For what?
This is my hood.
This is my hood, yeah. if someone must have me, they must have me, yeah.
But they must know that I know these corners.
Nah, it's about the corner, every corner.
Okay, all right. But growing up, how were you? Were you like a naughty child, or were you that child doing, you know what? You must be like Peter. Peter is a good child.
Yeah, look, I would say I was a bit of naughty, but also disciplined. Because I also played, some sport. I did rugby. I played some soccer. So yeah, I was always a person doing things. I participated in athletics at school. I played Craven Week for rugby, which is a top school rugby tournament for the Gauteng Falke. That was from under 17 as well as under 18. I played for the Vereniging Rugby Club as well at under 19. I also captained that team. So, yeah, I've always been known as a sports person here in the Vaal, but also an approachable person. I've always been that type of person. Yes, maybe you can say when I was younger, a little bit naughty. I don't know. My teachers that are educators that are listening, that would be listening to this podcast, will probably tell you, he was maybe a naughty bugger there at Riverside or got up to mischief, but very disciplined. I ended up being a leader as well at the school, being a prefect during matric. So yeah.
Okay.
That's why.
So it wasn't that bad?
No, it wasn't that bad. No, it wasn't that bad.
Okay. And then what then drove you into politics? I mean, where's the interest coming from?
Yeah. So I was tired of complaining with everything that's going wrong in South Africa. And, I started talking to some friends in my area where I grew up in Highbury, close to Henley on Klip in Meyerton. And, we started having conversations about what's happening to our country and what changes we would like to see and so forth. I then joined, politics because I didn't just want to complain. I actually wanted to do something, about the issues that we were complaining about. And I looked at the different political parties' manifestos, because I wanted to understand, exactly which party stands for my beliefs, my values and principles.
Yes.
And, this is how then I ended up with the DA. But my wife was actually first already an activist of the DA. And I was once upon a time, I had tried politics within the ANC as a youngster. So I was a member of the ANC Youth League Ward 1, which is in Three Rivers, Emfuleni. Because around 2003, my parents moved to Three Rivers. My dad bought property in Three Rivers. That's when then, but I wasn't really heavily involved, with the ANC then. But when I sat down and started thinking about the whole thing, the situation in the country, this is when then I said, let me look at alternatives. And this is what led me to the Democratic Alliance. This was around 2015. And my wife, by then, she was already an activist of the DA. So I then started getting involved, volunteering as well in my area. And, I then communities, members of Midvaal actually saw me now being involved with the DA, and they were very happy because, I was well known in the area of Midvaal. My dad is a businessman in the area. The Teixeira family has been in Midvaal for over 60 years. Now I'm talking my grandmother, grandfather, the whole Teixeiras. We are a big family. And we've been in Midvaal for over 60 years. So, people can associate, and people found me appealing. So this is when then I put my hand up in 2016 for councillor. And I was put in a ward, which is Ward 4 at the time, in Midvaal. And I actually won the ward, and I became a ward councillor. This was 2016. Then once I became a councillor, the mayor then, Bongani Baloyi, then decided to make me a member of the mayoral committee for development and planning for Midvaal. So I joined his executive, and that's how that's been my journey thus far, and right up to mayor in 2021.
Did you have any moments where you felt like, ooh, this is not going to happen now, and I'm talking about that at the time where you could see that actually there's a chance I could become the mayor. Did you have any moment of doubt?
Yeah, there were moments of doubt. In around 2018, I had a discussion with my predecessor, Bongani Baloyi, and I said to him, listen, I'm interested in standing for mayorship because I do understand that this is your last term. He had already served 2 terms, so he couldn't serve another term.
Okay.
So, I then informed him just to get his, his view and his opinion on whether he would support me to succeed him. And we had a good conversation in his office, and he said, listen, I'll definitely support you to be the mayor. So already back then, I felt that I was ready to serve the people of Midvaal. I understood exactly what the issues are, where the challenges are, what needs to be done. And but there were moments, at times, because as much as I feel that I'm ready, the party leadership and the executive must also believe in my capabilities. So yes, there were moments, closer to the election, closer to when you go in for interviews of the party, because, I was back then, I was in the running with 3 others that were standing for mayor of Midvaal, and one of them being an attorney by profession. And I thought, oh God, you know what, I'm up against, not that I was afraid.
Yeah.
But, and the attorney, by the way, was also a member of parliament, for the Democratic Alliance previously. So this person came with a lot of experience, and there were, during that time, there were moments when I felt that maybe, maybe I'm not going to make it. But I always believed, I think also the community gave me this belief, and they supported me and said, listen, we feel that you'll make a good mayor if you put your hand up. We will definitely vote for you.
Okay. And Bongani also believed that you were ready?
Bongani believed in me in 2018. We had that discussion. With politics, some people may believe in you, others will not. I think for me, what was more difficult or challenging was the fact that I was a first-term councillor. Remember, I only entered the political space in 2016 as a councillor. Now, when you come into the system, there are those that you find there already. And that was always in the back of my mind, how are they going to accept me? Because some have been there 15, 20 years in the system.
And
but
some
here
are
comes
actually
this
thinking,
young
this
guy.
is my chance.
Yeah, because now here comes this young guy. He just joined us. Now he's putting his hand up for mayorship. But that's the beauty of the Democratic Alliance, is that, the processes are open. Anybody can apply, doesn't matter your age, they do not discriminate. And, the system itself, gave me that belief that definitely I can make it, I can stand against even those that have been in the system for a very, very long time.
Okay. You mentioned that there was a person with a law degree.
Yeah.
What qualification do you have?
So yeah,
no, you are one of those ones, but metric.
No, I've got more. No, I do have a tertiary qualification. Qualification. So I've got a national diploma in sports management. Like I said earlier to you, I think before we started the podcast, that I was heavily involved in sports, and I am also about to complete my advanced diploma in public administration.
Okay.
So I'm left with one module. I think around May I should be done. And then there's a number of other certificate courses in public governance with UCT that I've done as well, and various different courses related to the work that I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What does a typical day look like for a mayor? I mean, if you wake up, do you have an espresso? Machine already waiting for you with a coffee, or what do you do? I mean, what time do you wake up? And
look, because I'm a simple guy, for me, I keep things simple. So, light ikele. I've got espresso machine. Light ikele.
Okay. What time is this?
6 o'clock.
Okay.
I wake up at 6, depending on what's on my diary. Sometimes it could be even earlier than that. Sometimes I have interviews maybe in Joburg, radio interviews in Joburg, and I'm required to be there at 7, so I would wake up at 4 in the morning. But I'm one mayor that is big on oversight.
Okay.
So I don't spend a lot of my time wearing suits. Yes, I do my administrative work, but I also go to site. I go and visit different capital projects we're running in the municipality. I visit different areas just to see for myself where the challenges are and how do we get involved. But I also have meetings with strategic partners for the municipality, stakeholders, etc. Because I'm a big fan of also giving time to stakeholders of the municipality, not only when we need them, when I need something, So I do have those sessions with them, coffee sessions. So typically that's how my day would be, public meetings. We do a lot of public meetings, public participation as a municipality. So we go to different communities, at different times, every corner of the municipality. So my day is very, very hectic. If you look at my diary, from 6 o'clock until sometimes late 8 o'clock at night, we're on the road with the team. But
okay.
Yeah.
All right. And weekends, what do you do for fun? Where do we find you if we're looking to bump onto the mayor?
Look, if I'm not working, I'll probably be at home or maybe at a soccer stadium. I'm a Pirates fan.
Okay.
So I do go watch a lot of soccer. But I also try to spend some time with the family, take the family out. I've got 3 children.
Okay.
2 teenagers and 1 little young one. And I take them out, but I also spend time sometimes with with my friends. So you can also find me at the local Chisanyama. Somewhere I won't mention where, but I can be found there. I can be found.
Let me tell you a story. Last year I actually bumped onto you at a Chisanyama.
Is it? Oh, yes. Well, there you can see. There we go. And with no entourage.
Yeah, no. It was just you, I think, with your wife.
Yes.
So it was a good one, and we're arguing with my wife. Is this the mayor? No.
Yeah. A lot of people sometimes when they see me, I can tell if people are talking about me. You'll see them busy. Is it him? Is it not him?
Yeah.
Because the chances are high when you bump into me. I'm probably wearing a sporty.
Yeah.
I'm wearing shorts and a pair of tekkies.
Yes.
So normally people think a mayor must always be wearing suits and must be dressed in a certain way. Come on, man.
No,
mayors are also humans. Man.
I thought there's a bodyguard that needs to be accompanying you with the big gun, like that.
Why must I spend the taxpayers' money, to accompany me, or a bodyguard to accompany me at my private leisure, or that's not governance work that I would be doing at that time. That's my own time. You understand? So why must I use taxpayers' money now for bodyguards to go and protect me at the Chisanyama or watch over me? So for me, it's never been about the packs and the status, the blue lights.
Okay.
I walk here in Vaal Mall here or Mayerton Mall. People see me. I don't know why people are surprised. They say, but wow, it's only one. Why am I not allowed to go walk alone? Why?
We don't expect that from a mayor.
I think that maybe that's the problem in this country. People maybe focus more on the perks than the work at hand.
But how do you feel? So if you meet me at the Vaal Mall, do you want me to come and greet you? Must I jump onto you, give you a hug, or what do I do?
Well, that's up to you, because a lot of people act differently when they see me. Others, they do come and they greet, which I really appreciate. I give time to people because I appreciate the fact that I'm mayor because I've been elected by the people. So I have to be there for the people. I can't be this mayor that's far there, that doesn't know people. You must make an appointment and all that to even greet me at the mall. No. So people come to me, they greet me, they treat me normal. People that know me already know that, no, this guy is approachable. I've always been that way. So when people see me in public spaces, they come and they talk to me, we have a chat. One thing I hate, though, and I must be honest, is when people see you, like at the Chisanyama. This is what sometimes discourages me going from there.
Okay.
When they see the mayor, hey, now let's talk about tenders. Hey, that is the problem. And you're there to try to enjoy, have your meat, you know, your namayahlo, or inyama yentlo, yabona, and have your drink. And you don't want to talk about these things, tenders and all of those things, proposals and those type of things. So some do, unfortunately, they do.
Okay.
And but I'm polite and I'm nice, and I will tell them, good to know, those, especially for politicians, you know, in Midvaal, politicians are not involved in those processes of tenders. That is purely an administrative duty. And I would not even know what happens with tenders, you know, your bid adjudication committees and all of those committees. We are not involved.
Okay.
There are committees which are led by the municipal manager, purely administration. So I would not know what goes on there. But people will come and they will try to sell themselves. I do point them in the right direction. And I tell them, no, this is what you can go on our website and you can have a look at how you can do business with the municipality. Because in most cases, people innocently will say, no, I want to do business with the municipality. What do I do? How do I do it? You know, and I will point them in the right direction.
Yeah, I think the expectation is that the mayor is the right connection to connect me to that big one, you know, the fat one. That's going to get me.
Yeah, no, they do have that belief, because then they think that the mayor takes the decision to appoint. The mayor can appoint. I don't know, maybe in other municipalities that's how it works. I don't know. But they seem to believe that, no, but the mayor is the big guy here. He's the decision maker, and he's the one that must appoint me. You understand? And they don't understand that this thing is a competitive market and there's a whole lot of other things that go with it. So I purely understand. That's why, you know, when people approach me, I'm polite and I'm not rude. But, you know, if you're going to approach me about such things at the Chisanyama,
let's talk about
it discourages me.
Yeah, let's talk about meat and Orlando Pirates.
Yeah, let's talk about Orlando Pirates and everything and those type of things, you know, but not but it happens. It's part of the job, and yeah.
I chance Lutlile. The mayor is saying, wait a minute, okay, let's talk about the Midvaal.
Yeah.
I've been working in the Midvaal for the past, I think, 15 years. And one of the things that is very notable for me is how the industrial activity in the area is declining. I mean, South 32 closing down their furnaces. I know when I started there used to be EMSA, you know.
Yeah.
And Pro Roof came in, and SA Steel, and I don't know what's going on there, but not much. DMS, I mean, I can list these companies. A lot of them, if they are still there, they are not doing well.
Yeah.
And a lot of big ones are no longer, you know, operating there.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that has affected your revenue base.
Yeah.
Please comment on that. I mean, what's your...
Yeah, I think it is a major concern throughout Vaal. I think the steel manufacturing business is really, really struggling in the Vaal. And this is due to many factors, you know. The steel that's being procured from China is much cheaper than what is being manufactured here in South Africa at the moment. So obviously it's a competitive market, and people want, the lowest rate. They want to pay the lowest rate. And I think this has affected many businesses, within our region. And it's important that, I think as government, we need to get involved and see how do we get involved. From a Midvaal perspective, I mean, if a business leaves the area, it will not be due to the lack of service delivery, or there's no water, or we can't provide, the utilities, etc. There may just be a genuine, economy issue that is happening based, within the country. As I've indicated, that people are buying steel from China because it's much cheaper and it's more expensive to manufacture it here in South Africa. But I think in terms of your South 32, the good news is that South 32 has sold the whole plant to a consortium that will be reopening, that whole manganese plant, in that precinct. So we're trying to also get the Ulsa Manco going, which we all know once that is on the go, it will create the much needed job opportunities for our people. So, we speak to investors, potential investors, not only locally but also abroad.
Okay.
To try to bring business. We sell the municipality, we market the municipality internationally to draw business into our area. And unfortunately, the steel industry has really been hit very, very hard. If you talk to any of the executives there, they will tell you that in terms of the profit that they used to make back then, before the Chinese flooded the market, used to be good back then, and now just to break even is a major challenge. So it is, a very, very sad situation. But I do feel that we as government need to get more involved by also at least ensuring that we do what we meant to be doing, providing the necessary services so that business does not move away. So South 32 did very, very well in our area. I think the social responsibility part into our area was great. You look at the likes of Kotulong Center, which they built, the clinic, Stelo Clinic that we have in Mayerton, South 32 were involved. We had a very, very good working relationship, and it's unfortunate, that due to some technical issues on their side there to close and etc., close down the entire plant. But the good news is that it has been sold to another consortium, and we are looking at operating South 32. Well, it won't be under South 32, but a new name, a different name. But yeah, for us, it's about also protecting the jobs. We've got a strategy which is called the investment and retention strategy of business in our area. This is to try to attract new business, but to also retain the existing business. And what incentives do we give to business? I mean, I was in a meeting with Ingrain last week.
Yes.
Also discussing, some incentives, for the business. They have some challenges, and we felt that we can also be involved, try to assist them to also retain them, because, the economy and everything is currently struggling in South Africa.
Yes.
So I feel that as government, we can do more. We're doing more already. To try to retain as many businesses as possible for them to keep the doors open, because once they shut down, the revenue stream also declines, in our area. And we've really felt it. We have felt it. We try to keep our revenue collection from 90% up. Nowadays, we struggle. We really struggle to get to 90%. And when you look at the situation, people will tell you, listen, I'm unemployed, I lost my job, COVID happened, I got retrenched, my business closed down, how do I pay you for rates and taxes? So this is why we have such a huge appetite in attracting in investment into the municipality. And, our infrastructure capacity allows us to bring in new investment. So if you had to come to me and ask me, can you give me a water connection? Can you give me 10 megaliters of water per day? The answer is going to be yes, I can give you 10 megaliters of water per day. Can you give me reliable electricity supply? Yes. Sanitation? Yes. Roads? Is it safe? Yes. We tick all of those boxes. So this is why we are a growing municipality. And the evidence is with Soufflet Malt, which is a 2 billion rand investment in our area. So yes, it is a concern, when you do get industries that close, but we try to keep them as open as possible. We do our part, and
When Daniel was here last week, I asked her, as the chamber, what is it that they're going to do to ensure that the Soufflet Malt project benefits locals?
Yeah.
Because the sad thing or the worst thing that can happen is for it to benefit other, communities. Is the Midvaal going to support that, and how? Is there a strategy in place?
Yes. Look, there is a strategy in place. So from the inception of the project, the ward councillor for Ward 12 in where Soufflet Malt is based has been involved, with the project. So she understands what the local beneficiation is, in terms of local labor, whether it's skilled, semi-skilled, general labor, SMMEs, So she has the whole package. And she's been working very closely with the community, local community. And there's also a CLO that's been a community liaison officer over and above the councillor, who ensures that person's primary duty is to ensure that everyone that is employed or that participates in that project is locally based. You know, we even go as far as requesting your proof of addresses, a document signed by the ward councillor to verify that or to confirm that you live in the area. You know, so we do our checks and balances. I mean, this is the same for general worker employment in the municipality. We check, we get a proof of address from the councillor, but even go as far as looking at the IEC. Where are you registered to vote?
Okay.
Are you registered to vote in Midvaal? And where, not who you're voting for, but where are you registered to vote? So, you know, we always advocate for local employment, yeah.
Okay, all right, nice. Let's talk about there's another project that I'm not sure what's the story there, and I hope you can enlighten us.
Yeah.
The Glue Bay coal mine, and I
Yes.
think part of it is in the Midvaal.
Yes.
The other
Yes.
part might be in Emfuleni.
In Emfuleni, yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah. Look, so, yeah, it's a project that's predominantly in Emfuleni, but cuts into Midvaal technically. So it's in the Ridan area.
Yes.
And Ridan falls under Midvaal, Emfuleni, but there's a portion of it that is into Midvaal. So they've done their environmental impact studies. I actually received an email from their environmental specialist to confirm that all of that is positive. There's been some community pushback because, you know, people are concerned about the environmental impact that that coal mine will have, you know, in the community, of which they have the right to be concerned. But I think those are things that can be clarified by the environmental specialist. So there's been communities, you know, around Vaal. I think your Vaal Drift, Akon Park, in the main, yes, the areas that are not too far from there have been very, very, very concerned about this mine and what's going to happen, you know, and issues like dust and, you know, people talk about these type of things, water pollution, whether it will be water will be contaminated, because there's also some agricultural holding areas, you know, not far from the mine. Will the water be contaminated? People don't know. And I think these are things that the environmental specialists can clarify. I know that there's been some public participation that has happened. I don't know what the results have been. There's been objections from the community as well to that application. The application itself does not sit with us. It would sit within the district itself and Emfuleni. And but because our people are now automatically affected, part of our area, which forces us now to be involved. But most of the time, you know, people actually speculate on what and preempt what's going to happen without the facts. So I always say to communities that, you know, base your argument on facts. Listen first what's going to happen on site, you know, and get the proper information before you make up your mind, etc. For me, my advice would be with the leadership of that mine to actually consult the residents, the communities, as much as possible. Have these public meetings to clarify and say what exactly is going to happen there. Because when people are misinformed, they make up their own decisions or draw their own conclusions on what's going to happen there. So my advice would be that they communicate more. But look, with the mine, it has the potential of employing around 1,000 people, I've been told. You know, that could be employed there. So it's not only about the jobs.
And this is direct jobs.
Direct jobs. I'm talking proper jobs. You know, during the construction phase, right to being permanent once the whole plant is running and the mine is running, etc. So yeah. As much as we need jobs, it mustn't come at the cost of people's health. And I think that's what the community is uncertain about. What's going to happen with the water? What's going to happen with the dust? How are you going to control that? The noise pollution, you know, with the machineries. What's going to happen with that? What's going to happen with the trucks going on the roads that are already crumbling and falling apart? So, those
but
things.
But as the Midvaal, you are in support of the project.
Look, I can't say we're in support because I don't have all the facts at this stage to support it. I think I'm also outside of the environmental impact study. I don't have any further information as to what will happen, what is their plan of action, and etc. It's just hearsay at this point. And why it's like that is that if the application doesn't come through the municipality, it's difficult for us, to draw a conclusion on whether this is good for us or bad for us, etc. But I think for me, I'm one person that's more, I will always align with the community's beliefs. And if the community is misled, I will try to assist to give them the facts so that when they do draw a conclusion, it's based on facts, and not hearsay and all of those things.
I think, thinking about it, I should invite them to come and talk about the project because, like you are saying, more information has to be shared about that. And also, I'll try and get some of the concerns of the community and see if they can have them addressed, on a public platform like this one. Okay, Vaal Special Economic Zone.
Yes.
Please say something about that. I'm still waiting for the Department of Trade and Industry, Industry and Competition to come and talk about that. But I want to pick your mind on it.
Look, we can only be hopeful with the SEZ. And why I say that is it's something that has been started a while back. And it's unfortunate that in Emfuleni, as well as Midvaal, it's really not lifted off the ground. I think it's only in Lakeside with the aerodrome project where something is happening in terms of the Vaal SEZ. We were requested to provide land, conducive or suitable land for business development.
Okay.
This was around 2019. We did exactly that. There's 4 strategic properties that we gave. One in the township, Lakeside, in Midvaal, and the other 3 are spread across the municipality, but in strategic locations. And I can tell you now, nothing has happened.
Sure.
So I was saying to my team the other day, I don't see why we should actually still be involved in this thing. I can actually, with the efforts that we make, we attract more investment on our own than the SEZ currently.
Yeah.
So the concept is good, but I think the implementation of the SEZ is where it's lacking.
But it's been gazetted now.
Yeah, it's been gazetted and all of that. I don't know if there's much of a push. I heard they want to move their offices to Malt, to Midvaal.
Okay.
From here in Van der Bijl. The last time I checked, they were based here in Van der Bijl. That was their offices. So, I've attended meetings of the SEZ before, and a lot of promises and things are said. But like I said, the implementation part is lacking. I don't know where it falls short, because the SEZs in other districts are working. You look at the one in Midrand, Tshwane, and all of that. That is working. There's things happening there. So I don't know why in the Vaal it is not working. So it's very, very slow.
But this is for me, it's strange.
Yeah.
Because you are a leader within this area.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what is happening, I mean, what do we say? Because we hope you will give us some more information on it. Is there a communication breakdown between yourselves and the DTIC, or what? Why is it that you don't know?
No, it's because there's nothing happening. So that is the thing. I'm one person that hates going to meetings that are not productive, where we talk about strategy. We talk about what's going to happen. But there's no implementation, deadlines, timelines of when we're going to hit the ground running. That does not happen. So that is why for me it's a massive frustration. We gave land, 4 parcels of land, 2019. It's 6 years later down the line, nothing has happened. So I am saying, I can use that land, if I take it back, with the appetite and the effort we as a municipality can put in, we can draw investment. You understand?
Okay.
So I'm not going to rely on the other spheres of government, because already it's 6 years down the line, nothing has happened. The only movement, like I said, is in Lakeside. Nothing this side. And there's talks and there's talks and there's meetings and there's meetings. So I can already preempt what's going to be said in the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope they'll come through, but they promise to come through. So maybe I'll ask questions.
Yeah, no, you should. Ask questions about the land that's been given to you. So municipalities we've given you the land. We've said, SEZ, here's the land. It's for you now to bring the investment as per your terms of reference. It's for you to bring the investment, bring the investors. You know. So if that's not happening 6 years down the line, why should I still be spending a lot of my time? You know, harvesting information, or because I can already tell you what it is that is being discussed. Mina phela, I'm a man of action. I want action. If you're going to tell me about this strategy, don't tell me about pie in the sky. I want to see tangible stuff, and you must.
And
tell
I think
me.
that's what the community also
That's
wants.
what
We
the
want to
community
see
wants.
action.
We're
want to
tired
see
of strategy.
Yeah.
We're tired of these good plans. You know, there's massive plans. You know, nowadays anybody can put a good plan together just via your laptop and go and sell it to the people. So I want tangible stuff, and that's what the Vaal SEZ, the concept, the model is good. Look, I won't take that away from them. It's good. But it's I think it's time that we stop talking and we actually now engage with potential investors, developers, to come and say, because the land is there. I thought that was a big barrier, for businesses. The issue is land. So now we're saying municipalities have given you land. Now what's the problem, manje? Sluleka kuphi? Where are we struggling?
Okay.
If they say, yes, you do it, bring them, we'll do it. But right now, I take the land back. I take those 4 strategic land parcels back. And then I will go to the French South Africa Chamber of Commerce and all of these businesses and say, listen, guys, here's a piece of land. This is what you could potentially put here. There's a market, there's everything. I mean, you look at this one, for example, in Lakeside, Dimalbone, Ward 6 in Midvaal. 17 hectares. Land that has services. Ready. If you look at that whole precinct, that whole block of where Lakeside is, there's over 1 million people residing there alone. You know, I'm talking about Palm Springs in city of Joburg, Orange Farm, Sebokeng Zone 3, you know, then you come this side, Ironside, Debonia Park, Savannah City. The market is there, whether commercial, retail, whatever. And it's not like you're starting from scratch. Like I said, there's water, there's sewer, there's electricity. Now what? Now,
Okay, we'll get them through. What gives you sleepless nights in as far as service delivery is concerned within the Midvaal? What is it that makes you uneasy?
Yeah, look, the expectation at times, versus the resources that I have. And I think local government is becoming more challenging every day. The expectation is very high from the communities. Midvaal is not an island. We are part of Sedibeng region. We are also part of the Gauteng province. So Midvaal also does need the support of other spheres of government. And sometimes I find that it is a little bit slower from the other spheres of government, the support that we get. And I'll make an example for you, housing, RDPs. You look at in terms the rate of RDP development in Midvaal versus other municipalities, it's very slow. People are waiting, on the housing list for years. There are people from the 90s that are still waiting for RDP. You find an elderly citizen still living in a shack. We are not accredited to build houses as a municipality, so we rely on the Department of Human Settlements at the province to actually build houses. And that is very slow. Look, to be fair, they are trying. they are bringing in some projects. There's some walk-up units that we will be allocating very, very soon. So around 500 families will be moving out of shacks into those walk-up units. But I do feel that we can do more. The province can do more. We also need the support, from other spheres of government. And I think at times that is lacking. We do mention these things in our IGR platforms, your intergovernmental relations platforms, with the MECs and the Premier, to say that, listen, these are some of the challenges we have as a municipality. We need you to come on board. And sometimes it doesn't happen as quick as it does with other municipalities. I don't know if it's for political reasons. I would not know. But we do try to push. They do also, at times, they do come in and they do assist. So, I think we're trying to eradicate informal settlements. I hate umkuku. 30 years into democracy, there are still people living in shacks where they don't have proper basic services. And that pains me. Those are things that keep me awake at night to say, but how do I address this? You look at the backlog, it's around 6,000 people living in these informal settlements. And that, for me, is something that frustrates me, because I want to deal with it. I want to eradicate it. But I can't do it on my own as a municipality. I need the other spheres of government to share the same vision, to understand the sense of urgency that I see it in. And sometimes it is lacking. And I think for me, that's what keeps me awake at night, yeah.
The rubble or rubbish next to Springfield School.
Yeah.
That keeps me sleepless.
Yeah.
And I think you're failing, Mayor.
No.
Let's be honest.
No. No, it's a good thing you are raising that one. So that is not in Midvaal.
Is it?
It's not in Midvaal. That's why I'm saying it's important to understand the jurisdiction. So Midvaal, where it ends, if you know where Oaken Bricks is, the entrance of Oaken Bricks,
yes,
that's where Midvaal stops. The school itself, Springfield,
is in
Emfuleni. If you speak to Noktula, the principal of Springfield, she will tell you. The school Springfield is in Emfuleni, not Midvaal.
Yo.
But I had a meeting on this past Friday with the mayor, Sipho Debate, about that. Because as much as it's in Emfuleni, it negatively impacts us, because just across the highway into the farming communities on the east is McKay Estates. Those are my residents there. Okay. And the people that are there, the pickers, recyclers, that are operating from that illegal dump, they burn tires, and the smoke and everything affects my people as far as Riverside into Midvaal. So we spoke with Mayor Khatebe. We've spoken to the MEC of Kochta and Tate Mamabolo about it. So there is a plan of action that they are putting in place to clean up that illegal dump. So it's not in Midvaal. And many feel... No, but you are right, because many think it is in Midvaal.
It's a weird,
demarcation
boundary. Yes, that demarcation
yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. So it's in Ritan. Ritan does not fall under Midvaal. Ritan is Emfuleni. But like I said, we are not afraid of taking on some of these responsibilities. I've offered our assistance or services to help Emfuleni to clear up that dump. But like I said, the MEC of Kochta is involved now. So I believe if we put resources together, we can clean that place up. There's a local businessman there. If you cross the highway, I don't know if you've seen there's a little bridge there.
Yes.
There's a bridge there.
Yes.
If you go over that bridge, there's a lion park there. White lions. Beautiful place where you can go and take your family and go see these wild animals. There's hyenas, there's white lions, there's various different exotic animals that are kept there.
Okay.
The owner there has volunteered and said, if the government can clean up that illegal dump, they will fence it off and put some animals there. I said, as long as you don't put lions there. Just now, we don't want... maybe it's a good thing they put lions, then no one will dump
so that
there.
no one can dump, yeah.
But they volunteered to put a fence, a palisade right around. And you know what concerns me the most about that illegal dump? There's a gas line that's running underground there. And those people there, the recyclers, are, they're burning things there for fire. Now going into winter, I worry that if they hit that gas,
it's a kaboom.
I'm telling you, even people in Akon Park, Rothdene, will feel it. So it's a serious matter. I have raised it with the mayor of Emfuleni. I've raised it with the MEC. They all know what needs to happen. But I must say to you, that illegal dump, how? Because a lot of people ask me, but what happened? Why all of a sudden? If you look at west of where the illegal dump is, just behind the school, Springfield, going west, looking west, there used to be a landfill site there. It's still there.
Yes.
It's called Valdrift landfill site. That landfill site was closed about 4 years ago due to non-compliance. It belongs to Emfuleni. So if you look at in terms of boundaries, demarcation, that landfill site is actually closer even to Midvaal. It's more, it's right next to Okon Bricks.
Yes, I thought you were going to say it's in the Midvaal.
No, it's not. It's not. People would love it to be in the Midvaal because, if it's in the Midvaal, it means we can then jump into action. No, but it's not our infrastructure. So that landfill site was closed down because of non-compliance. This is the province that closed them down. GDAT closed them down and said you are non-compliant. They actually slapped Emfuleni with a fine, a massive fine.
Okay.
Yeah. And the closure of that landfill site led to this illegal dump on that road. Because now what it means is that people of Three Rivers, Akon Park, Falcon Ridge, Sonland Park, all those places don't have a landfill site. They have a transfer station. There's a difference between a transfer station and a landfill site. Okay. Transfer stations are designed for residents to dump your garden waste, grass or trees, as well as building rubble, some of them, but not your domestic waste. Domestic waste must go to a landfill site. So now when that landfill site is closed, where must people dump? The only available landfill site is in Palm Springs. Now you tell me someone from Akon Park or Three Rivers is going to drive to Palm Springs on the other side of the Golden Highway to go dump their waste. Never. So now what do? They dump everywhere, every corner. And that one there, because it is quiet, it's a secluded area, people go and they dump there. But also to say this, there are also Midvaal residents dumping there.
Okay.
Because now Rothdene, you look at the location, we've got a residential area not far from there.
Yeah.
And the people there, I suspect that they too dump there because their nearest landfill site is in Walkerville.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't want to purely say it's only Emfuleni's fault. There is some fault on our side, but the responsibility is for Emfuleni. The land is in Emfuleni, but we've offered assistance, help. We said we'll give you tipper trucks. We will give you TLBs on the day. We will clean up with you, but then with the condition that we take all that waste to Palm Springs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have timelines for this?
Look, the MEC has committed. They said they want to finish it. They want to clean up the area before end of April. So there's no specific dates. They've just said before end of April it must be cleaned.
Okay.
Yeah. Because now it's becoming more difficult because there's people living there. There are squatters now there.
Yeah.
So now, it's another South African Human Rights Commission issues that you have to deal with because when you remove those people, you must provide them with alternative accommodation. Some are foreign nationals, some are undocumented. If you speak to them, some are from Lesotho. They have no ID, so you can't even allocate them a house. Some, if you check the background, they've received the RDP in Kwakwa. So they've already benefited. So you can't give them another RDP this side. They are here because of work. So it can be quite challenging. But I think with the province being involved, it will make things easier for the two municipalities.
Okay, let's hope it gets addressed. If you were to be the mayor of Emfuleni, Just one day.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
What would you do?
For one day, no. For one day,
Okay,
no.
okay, 5
Look,
year.
look,
5 year.
look,
Let's say 5 year, a 5 year term. What would you do?
I think now we are fielding a very good candidate in King Saul Shabalala. He's a child of Everton. You know, so this is a man that has a clear vision and a plan, and his vision and plan and the training that he receives is the same that I've received from my political party. And the first thing that you would have to do is fix all the internal issues. Do a skills audit. That's the first one in the municipality. You need to root out the politicians that are masquerading as officials within the municipality. Because I can tell you in Midvaal, a lot of people ask me, but what makes Midvaal tick? What makes Midvaal work compared to other municipalities? It's because in Midvaal there's a political office and there's an administrative office. Administrative office is run by the municipal manager. Political office is run by the mayor.
Okay.
So when I started in 2021, I said all politicians, I called mayoral committee, and I said all politicians come this side, all officials, administration this side. And obviously all the politicians were this side and administration on the other side. And I said this is how it stays. So you can't be a municipal official and still driving politics. That's what I believe in. Yes, I'm not saying you shouldn't be affiliated with any political party. You can be affiliated, but I think that is something perhaps that I would look at internally in Emfuleni. I would also look at the infrastructure master plans if they exist, which I doubt that they exist there. I would look at that.
What's that?
Infrastructure master plans is basically capacity on your utilities, water. Do we have sufficient? What needs to be done? Which pipes need to be replaced? Do we have enough reservoirs? Do we have enough water? Sanitation pumps, roads, stormwater, those type of things is what I would look at. And then the big one would be a strong performance management system where you can hold people accountable. Each and every official of the municipality must be held accountable. So if you put proper key performance indicators for officials where you can measure performance, I think that would be the big thing that I would do. We in Midvaal still have that performance evaluations for the administration. I don't know if it's happening in other municipalities, but we hold the administration accountable as the political office. So the managers of the municipality, the municipal manager, every quarter there's a performance review that we do on their performance, on their agreed key performance indicators. Okay. So that's what I would do, and obviously set out a clear vision and mission for the municipality. Those are just some of the basic things that I would implement. Emfuleni is fixable. I think it can be repaired. I'm an optimist, so I do believe that it can be repaired, and I do believe that with the candidate that my party has put at the helm is definitely capable to turn things around. He understands Emfuleni. He's a child of Emfuleni. He's walked the streets of Emfuleni. And, he's for me, I think with his vision will definitely turn things around.
Okay. For the next 5 years, what are you looking to achieve in the Midvaal?
Yeah, look, to finish up some of the projects that we've started, but also to integrate. Integration is very important, When I talk integration, I'm talking about something like getting Stelo residents to have easy access into the Mayerton CBD. They mustn't feel like we are on the other side of the highway and there's Mayerton on the other side of the highway. So in terms of part of my planning when I became mayor was also how do we make it easy? How do we make access easy for the people on the western side, the Stelo, Jantine area, integrated with the greater Mayerton area. And one of the low-hanging fruits is a footbridge.
Okay. Yes, there's been a lot of people that got hit
there's been fatalities there on the R59. So there's going to be a footbridge. A contractor has been appointed by the Department of Roads, Gautrans, provincial government, and they are going to construct a footbridge that will link Stelo to Mayerton CBD.
Okay.
So, that is one strategic project for me. The second one is to continue electrifying, the informal part of Scelo, where people still don't have electricity. We believe that while you are waiting for your house, at least have access to basic services like electricity, water, and some sanitation. So that is also one, to also release service stands. Land, I've heard some political parties talking about give land. You give land and then the land is bare and there's no infrastructure. What you going to do with the land? I'm a firm believer that, yes, let's give land, but land with services. So it must have a water point, a tap in your yard, in the stand. There must be an electricity connection and some sanitation on that property. So that is something that I want to do. I want to have a rapid land release in Midvaal with service stands and, allocate that to just de-densify some of the areas, informal parts of Scelo. Because if you look at Scelo, it's very, very congested. There's extension 4, extension 5, where people are living almost on top of one another. So we want to de-densify that area, issue people stands that qualify. So you must not have benefited with a house in Petrestein or Limpopo.
Okay.
These are people that have been waiting for housing, etc. So we believe that if I can do that, if you have the financial muscle, you can build your own house or wait for an RDP house. But also energy security is another strategic project for us for the next 5 years. We want to become less reliant on Eskom.
Okay.
So we're looking at renewable energy. We're looking at engaging your independent power producers. We've got a lot of land, vacant land, and we've got good sunshine. And I do think that it's important that for energy security, we do become less reliant on Eskom. In case load shedding, load reduction, and all of those things come back, we must still be able to keep the lights on. I'm already engaging a company called Afrimat in Midvaal. It's based in Henyon Klip.
Yeah. And
they a dolomite farm there. And there's some water, underground water, that I'm in talks with them to see how do we harvest that water, but also treat it to potable drinking water, to just also have water security outside of rainwater, because we never know what will happen in the future. But for me, the big thing is not only becoming a little bit less reliant on those entities, but is also to sell that particular service, give my residents a cheaper option as well. So if we're getting renewable energy is much cheaper than coal and everything the energy that we are getting from Eskom. So if I can sell electricity at a cheaper rate, offer electricity at a cheaper rate at certain peaks of the day, that would really assist my residents. If I can provide water at a cheaper rate for my residents, this would also assist them. So over and above the water and electricity security, but it's also about the affordability part. So those are things that we are looking at, and in some of them we're already at an advanced stage, like I said, with Afrimat. We are speaking to a number of independent power producers, different places in the Karoo where they've implemented these solar farms and all of that, because like I said, we have ample land. But there's also some strategic projects in Savannah City. You go to that area, it's a mega housing project that is meant to yield around 20,000 houses. We're currently on 5,000 houses. Just today, I did sort turning for a substation, 20 MVA substation that we are building there to the value of around 40 million rand.
Okay. So
that is to also ensure that we have sufficient electricity capacity to accommodate the housing development in that area. So that's also a very strategic project for me. But the big one is also to turn the R59 corridor from our jurisdiction, your Klip River where Heineken is,
yes,
until parts of Vereniging where we can unlock business both on the left and the right of that highway, turning it into something similar to the Midrand business corridor.
Yes.
Because I understand that once businesses come and settle in your municipality, it creates the much needed jobs for my people. and this will assist me to reduce the unemployment rate in Midvaal. But also, I believe that once people are working, not only can they put food on the table, but they can also pay me for rates and taxes, and I can continue to give them services.
Yes. Okay. And when is this? Do you have timelines for that?
What for the
R59?
No, that we've already started. I said to you earlier, we have infrastructure master plans. So our planning speaks to 10 years from now already.
Okay.
So we've already started in terms of investing in bulk. If you look at the Highbury area in Midvaal, there's where we've constructed now around 6 roads. We turned 6 roads that were previously gravel to tar. And that whole area is earmarked for industrial usage. That's a long, if you know where Twin Boat and trailers are, just opposite it, you've got laser fast trucking. They do wheel alignment for trucks.
Okay.
Right next to it, there's ample land there that is serviced and ready for businesses to come and invest. And already we're seeing some businesses already settling there. So, we had to put the infrastructure in place so to make the land attractive to the investor. Because investors, when they come and knock on your door, they ask, do you have capacity on the services, water, electricity, sewer, roads? And
Yes.
is it safe? And I must be able to tick all of those boxes. So we are ticking those boxes. We are talking to the various different business chambers. We've got our own, the Midvaal Chamber of Commerce, who's also assisting us to try to attract some of the investment, but to also retain investment. So yes, in terms of our urban edge, our spatial development framework of the municipality, it does speak to the growth of that corridor to turn it into a business corridor. So it's difficult to say, when, etc. It depends also on the appetite of the market, into the area. But we're ready in terms of services. If they come and knock on our door, we fast-track land use applications. I mean, that too I evaluate as a key performance indicator for that.
Okay.
How long does it take for us to approve building plans? That is something we're very, very strict on. So we're cutting red tape as well. When these businesses come, we fast-track. There was some frustrations about a month back that I had to deal with some developers, who said, no, but it's a little bit delayed. I had to personally get involved. And, so we do get teething problems here and there, but we are so serious about it that if it requires the mayor to be involved, the mayor gets involved.
You jump in.
Yeah.
Okay. And what legacy do you want to leave for the Midvaal?
I want to leave Midvaal a better place than I found it. I want to deal with this inequality matter. I want to bring dignity to all of our people. I want to continue growing Midvaal. I want to change the status quo of even our poorer, the poorest in our community. And I've already started that. If you look at the investment into bursaries that we give to qualifying students from impoverished backgrounds, etc. It's amazing. This is the better Midvaal that I want to leave by assisting those today, tomorrow that can assist their families. You look at in terms of the skills development center that was also a baby of mine that I started in 2021 with Heineken, where I felt that there's a skills gap that we must just close or breach, in my community. And I'm happy to say that skills development center is now running in Midvaal, and people are being empowered with certain skills that makes them attractive to the job market, artisan skills, welders, etc. So I want to build a better tomorrow. I always say to my people, even when I go and have public meetings in places like Scalo, and people say to me, I will often get people that will come to me and say, Mayor, aki sebetsi, akna msebetsi, kupa msebetsi. Ha ke reng fe CV ya hao, ka hara CV ya hao, you've got nothing. You've got no skill. Hauna skill. Hauna metric, hauna nothing. So I'm saying that let me get involved. Erekufe skill. Let me give you that training, accredited certificate, to make you attractive to the job market. And that's exactly part of what I want to leave Midvaal in. So I want to leave it a better place. Midvaal is a place that has so much potential. Its people are fantastic. It's a very diverse community. It's a young municipality, young growing municipality with ample opportunity. And, but I want to further sell Midvaal to everywhere in South Africa, wherever I go. I mean, we've got Hockey South Africa, for example, that's coming to invest in Midvaal. They want to construct a stadium to accommodate the national hockey team of South Africa locally in Midvaal. So when I talk about selling Midvaal, this is where every platform that I get, I sell Midvaal. I want to grow Midvaal, but I also want to preserve agricultural life in Midvaal. Because we are a semi-rural municipality with a lot of agricultural land. I want to promote agriculture. I want to get people. You look at our prominent farmers. Most of them are, from 60 years upwards. I want to encourage young people to get into farming. I want to position Midvaal as a tourist destination. I want people to visit the Vaal Dam. I want people to visit Vaal Marina, which is in Midvaal, where you can go on the dam, do water sports. I want to say to people, don't go to Hartbeespoort Dam. Come to Midvaal. We've got the dam. We've got the Vaal Dam. There's water sport, jet skiing, boats. There's B&Bs. But most people don't know that these things exist.
We don't know. I'm actually shocked that Vaal Marine is in the Midvaal. I thought it's in Lakeside.
No, it's in Midvaal.
Okay.
No, it's in Midvaal. It's a hidden gem in Gauteng. And we must position it, as an investor.
Before would you support a metro?
I will only support a metro if I become mayor. And I'm going to tell you why. Because then I can protect the fiscus, the financial fiscus of the municipality, the purse. Because you see with the metro, if you don't plan properly, you will take from Peter to give to Paul. And then Peter will sit with nothing. Paul has everything without any plan. So there has to be a proper plan to service, all of the regions or areas of the Vaal. And I don't think at this stage a metro will help us because we know the challenges that Emfuleni and Lakeside have. I want to say to you, I don't owe Eskom a cent. I'm paid up. In fact, Eskom owes me money.
Okay.
I don't owe Randwater a cent. I'm paid up. But other municipalities, the other two can't say the same. So now how is a metro going to work? You're going to take from my purse and then you're going to pay historical debt, decide on whatever. A metro can work. It can work.
Okay.
But it needs a competent leadership, capable leadership in it. So I honestly, to answer your question, no. At this stage, I would not support a metro on those bases because as much as look, I love the Vaal. I said to you earlier, I'm a child of the Vaal.
Because I asked this because a lot of these things are, we are integrated, Emfuleni, Midvaal and Lakeside. There's a lot of services that we are sharing. We are even thinking some of these problems are in Midvaal, but we're finding out it's actually Emfuleni. It's because we don't know how to separate these. And maybe a metro.
No, I will. Look, like I said, a metro can work if it has the right leadership.
Okay.
And I think also the people of the Vaal need to start voting using also looking at track record. Let me rather put, I need to be very careful with my words. But, looking at the track record of good governance. And I want to share this with you. So there's Ward 6 in Midvaal, which is Lakeside. I'm not sure if you're aware of that particular area. Now, Lakeside falls under Midvaal. There's a portion, Lakeside, it's called Timalbon.
Yes,
now that area is fully developed. We've got tarred roads. We've got a library. We've got a clinic. We've got a community hall. We are currently finishing up a state-of-the-art multi-purpose sports center in Lakeside. People there got electricity, they got water, they got sewer. But still, they vote for the opposition. Now, here's the interesting part. I once said to them in a public meeting, just to test the community, the hall was full in Lakeside. And I said to the community there, how about with the next demarcation board discussions, we demarcate Dimalbone, Lakeside into Emfuleni. And we as Midvaal take the Bonia Park, which is also in Emfuleni, where I am sitting with a petition or signatures of over 500 people who want to fall into Midvaal. So I said, how about I take you into Emfuleni, because you're not you in terms of your votes, you are saying you want to be led by Emfuleni. In terms of, if you get what I'm saying,
Okay.
In terms of how they vote, they are voting basically to say we want leadership of Emfuleni. I take you there. The whole hall stood up and no, we don't want to fall under. But you are voting for that party that's leading in Emfuleni. But how does that work?
But it's their choice.
No,
It's their choice.
No. But now you see why I would not support a metro. Because then people are happy to say, yes, I'm happy with services. I'm happy with the government of the day in Midvaal. But I'm not happy to vote for them. I'm happy with the services you as government of the day of Midvaal is offering. But I'm not happy to vote for you. Now, how does that work?
Hey, no, I hear you. So a metro is not, it's no go zone. All right, okay. I think that's it from my side, Ndate Mayor. Thank you very much. I hope to meet you, Coach Isanyama, somewhere. And I promise I'm not going to ask for a tender.
Yeah. No, thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. It was great having a talk with you, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.